Welcome back to the Sports News Analysis YouTube channel. My name is Mike. I'm continuing my Week 13 NFL previews and analysis. This video is for the game between the Carolina Panthers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This game will take place in Carolina, who comes in with a record of 8-3, sitting right behind New Orleans in that NFC South. And then you have the Buccaneers at 3-8, who have won 3 games in a row after getting off to an 0-8 start. So both these teams coming in, playing very well in this game. You have Carolina, okay, obviously led by that defense, all right? In this particular matchup with Tampa Bay, you have a defense in Carolina that's good in all phases of defense, which is rare in this day and age in the NFL. I mean, they only allow 215 yards passing a game. They allow well under 4 yards a carry from a rush defensive perspective, and they've sacked the quarterback 37 times this year. So you get a true, well-rounded defense going up against a Tampa Bay offense that I think their ground game will be very much affected against this front seven of Carolina, because every team has been, all right? But what I'm interested to see is if this down-the-field passing game, okay, featuring Mike Glennon, Vincent Jackson, Tyquan Underwood last week, if they continue making big plays down the field, because that's really been a hallmark of this offense since Mike Glennon has taken over. Big plays down the field, and when he goes short and intermediate, he tends to target Tim Wright, his tight end. So how is Carolina able to take away that deep ball? And if they do, where does Glennon go from there? I think is a key factor in this game. Obviously, the pass rush will be key in that. Those long plays take a long time to develop. How does that pass rush of Carolina play against the Buccaneers defense that did allow a Buccaneers offensive line, that did allow 4 sacks last week? Donald Penn most notably having a tough time with Ziggy Ansah in that one of the Lions. But, Carolina's offense, I don't think this is going to be the week where they necessarily have to, put the pedal to the metal. They've been playing conservative all season. They've been riding the back of that running game, and Cam Newton completing a large percentage of his passes and getting it done when he needs to. And I think they're going to follow that same remedy in this game because, while the Buccaneers offense does pose a legitimate threat, I don't see them, putting up 27, 30 points in this game because I don't think the running game from them, I think it's going to be pretty much non-existent. I think we saw Bobby Rainey and company come back to earth last week against the Lions, and I think that continues in this game. For the Buccaneers defense, look, if they want a chance to win this game, in my mind, they have to turn Cam Newton over like they did to the Lions last week. They had 4 Stafford interceptions and forced 5 turnovers overall. Can they get those kind of numbers? Because outside of that, I'm not seeing where their offense makes up for that in terms of points scored in this one. Again, unless they can get behind this Panther secondary, which hasn't been happening this year. But again, we'll see how that unfolds. So in this one, look for a heavy dose of the Panthers running game. Look for their defense to be really good as usual. Look for some special teams plays possibly from a Ted Ginn, for instance. In this one, I like the Panthers to win the game, but I like the Buccaneers plus 8.5. I just think with the way the Buccaneers are playing right now, they're not a normal 3-8 team. And I think what Ron Rivera has to guard out for is his team looking ahead to New Orleans. I think you get a little bit of that, not enough to where it slips away and they lose the game. But I think it's only natural to look ahead and see you have New Orleans on the horizon on Sunday Night Football now as they've gotten flexed into that spot. So give me Carolina to win the game, but the Buccaneers plus 8.5. Guys, let me know what you think. Hit me up in the YouTube comments. Hit me up on Twitter at SNewsAnalysis. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. I preview and recap every game every week, and I'm always talking the news of the day in the NFL. So be sure to subscribe. Thanks for listening. Have a great night.